Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out a Midwest emo band that uses keyboards from Pueblo, Colorado named Lobsterfight with their new record that came out right after Christmas. And this song has basically, not the song, excuse me, the album has a Christmas theme throughout. There is a clip at the beginning of the first song and at the end of the last song that sounds like it's from a Christmas movie, and I can't pinpoint which movie that is, but let me know in the comments if you know. But definitely a Christmas themed album. You hear a lot of Christmas bells throughout this album, so let's get started. Always Tired All the Time, very solid opener. Fortunately, not slow. Love it when people do that. And so far, I'm getting kind of a The Killers, indie rock, kind of grungy, lo-fi mix tone from these guys. And I think this, from an artist standpoint, it was probably by choice to sound kind of lo-fi and not so high definition or Dolby Atmos or whatever like that. So I would say the mix sometimes can be a little rough on the ears, but they do it in a way where it's listenable and kind of makes you want to listen to the rest of the songs, if that makes sense. So I don't think it would hurt these guys in their next albums to get a better kind of sound, like less lo-fi and more clear, just so we can hear everything that's going on. But I'd say for this album's purpose, it seemed that they accomplished what they wanted to with their artistic direction and it being kind of lo-fi, a little bit lo-fi indie rock. So no complaints about that. Sleeper's Disease is the second song. Midwest emo, but kind of with punk energy and pace like the Ramones. And the singer for this song in particular definitely reminds me of Ramones vocals, which is not a bad thing. Hang Me Dry has Christmas bells at the beginning, and it's a song about growing up and dreading what you could be and not knowing how you're going to turn out. And there's a good use of techno elements and synths in the bridges, and the latter half is kind of chaos, but it still kind of holds together somehow for a mix of sounds. And I believe these guys are known for that, which is, it's pretty cool that they kind of have like almost a noise rock kind of thing going on, and it works. And the next song, I'm going to shorten it to a graphic novelization. Has very mixed up sounds throughout, and the vocals are kind of the through line that you can hold on to that keeps the song all together. The guitar licks are pretty decent on this one, and it's kind of stomp rock, folkish with the rhythm, kind of like the Lumineers or something from the 2010s. The next song, Ralph's Damp Spots to Hell, has 70s like kind of guitar from like a detective TV show or Hanna-Barbera or something like that. And that goes on for a minute. And then a completely different song enters in a minute in, and that's when the indie rock kicks in, which is great. I'd say that's these guys' strong suit. I know they probably enjoy being avant-garde and experimental, but they have some very good bare bones under here, this indie rock, that I think if they focused on that, they would do well, even better than they're already doing. So, and we'll get to that later. This song has a pretty good rhythm section build up action, so I appreciate that. Next song, The First Time I Didn't Get Effed Up, is a very succinct indie rock song. It's nice and short, sweet and complete. Awesome. Sebastiana, Tell Me About Your Knots and Ties. The drums on this one sound a little tinny and echoey, but it doesn't ruin the song. It's kind of distracting though. But it's an indie rock headbanger, and the song stops a little too soon for my taste. I would want that one to go a little longer. In My Room has pretty melodies and vocal harmonies, and those add a lot to the song in particular. And it's an interesting song progression with the xylophone, piano, and horns being added in the bridge, and it very much sounds like 2000s Killers, which is awesome. Front Seat Riders starts with screaming vocals and different kind of bell percussion instruments, and it's very bright sounding. And the mix is a little rough around the edges for me on the ears for this one, but these are all basically, as far as I've listened in this track so far, the rest of the album, just pretty solid indie rock emo songs so far. Cool. Even When the Trees Fall, the kind of has an acoustic sounding start, really good vocals, catchy bass riffs, and very experimental sort of rapping lyrics that kind of happen in the middle of the song. And the song, in my opinion, this one just hangs on for a little too long and could have been cut short. VeggieTale Superstar, for some reason, the vocals on here I could barely stand, but the guitars and the music sounded great. And the Christmas Bells Return, and probably why I didn't like this song is the lyrics are pretty sad, sadder than usual with it being Midwest emo. So yeah, but decent song, kind of a bummer though. Even After All You're Here is a slower song, kind of slower, kind of closer, and softer singing than the rest of the album, pretty chill. So my total thoughts about this album is this is probably the most experimental thing I've listened to in a while. And I like some avant-garde stuff now and then. But I really think the bare bones indie rock that's under these songs are the best part of this album. So I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Let me know if you guys have heard of Lobster Fight, and go check out this album. And I'll see you guys later.